All right, everyone. So we should be on Periscope. Just gonna grab this Periscope link that automatically gets tweeted, just so I can add a little bit of context to it instead of a random tweet. So we'll grab that. Boom. Retweet this. This is me. Continuing with the mobile Automation Week challenges. Tackling Appium. Alright, so let's see if we've got a few people watching. Say hello if you're watching. Make me feel a bit like I'm not on my own, even though I am on my own, because Mark's got like kids and stuff, which obviously will be me soon, but Mark's busy, so I am going solo, so to speak. So let me turn the mic down a little bit. I'm listening to music because I'm hacking, and I'm going to try and share it with you lot, but if it's too loud, someone let me know, because I thought it would be fun to listen to me, and if I start dancing and stuff, you kind of know why. You'd have an idea of what I'm listening to. Right, so just installing a few more things that I forgot to finish before I started the stream, unfortunately. So just wait for that, and then we're going to crack on. So what I'm going to do is going to carry on where me and Mark left off, give you a brief up-to-date of where we're up to, and then I'm going to try and finish the challenges, because I've got a problem once I start something. I've got to finish it. So that music in the background, is it too loud? Anyone watching? Tell me if that's too loud. Right, 460 meg, so we'll wait for that. So for anyone who was watching earlier, Mark and I started the Automation Week challenges, so just bring them up for anyone who's not familiar with them. So Ministry of Testing is running a week of automation, and we've created over 20 challenges. And not Web API, Richard. That would be significantly easier for me. But no, we're doing the mobile ones, and the mobile ones have 3 challenges. Open the test app, log in and assert that you're logged in. The second one is to add an item to your basket and complete the checkout process. And then finally, do the same but using the drag and drop feature that's in the website. So we've not quite got that one. That one's going to be a lot harder. So we'll try and deal with that one when we get to it. So I just need to bring in the comments and reactions window. There we go. Excellent. So let's just check restream. Everything's happy. Perfect. Right. So where me and Mark got to was we had proper issues with Android SDK. It wasn't configured very well. I have this machine for nearly 7 years now, and I had a very, very old setup, and my ADB Android debugger bridge was getting confused. We got some help. Also, one of the Appium core developers was watching. They helped me and Mark. So we finally got that running, and as you can see, I've got a nice shiny emulator on the go here, which is fantastic. And then after that, we got set up with a few Java home issues, because there's always a few Java home issues, right? Cool, so Appium's done, so that's good. And then what we got as far as was writing this basic Java code, which just starts the Appium server and stops it at the end, and then halfway through, at the start of it, we gave it the Source Labs mobile app, which is the test app that we're using, and then we set up some capabilities, the name of the emulator, where the app is, and with the help from Wim, we got told that we needed to wait for this activity to be good to go, basically. And then we'll obviously start it. So I'm just going to run that so I can make sure that we are still at the state that I thought we were at. So yeah, hopefully it should install the app and start it. And we'll be in a position to start automating a little bit more. Perfect. And it's green. So that's as far as we got before. So now if I go back to the challenge, so I need to open the app, log into the application, and assert you are logged in. So in order to do that, I've decided to download Appium Desktop, which I probably should have started with, and I don't know why I didn't. So it's a bit more of a friendly introduction to Appium, I would say. I know Wim uses this and teaches this, and he's actually doing an event for Ministry of Testing in Friday. Yeah, so next Friday he's doing a free 99-minute workshop about Appium Desktop. But anyway, I'm going to give it a bit of a hack now, see if I can use it to help me with some locators and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how we get on once it decides to open. Who's watching? Anybody watching? Say hello to me if you're watching. You can comments. I can make them appear on the screen and stuff. So do say hello. And if there's anyone who's got Appium experience, even better. Hang around. Hang around. Help me out. Right. So it's been nearly, I would say, 5 years since I started this Appium server. I imagine it's come on a long way since then. Let's see if that just does some magic. The server is running apparently. Excellent. What does this button do? What does this button do? Start the inspector. Oh yes, I remember the inspector, but do I not need an app to get the inspector to work? Ooh, get rid of that. Stop the server. Get rid of that. Chrome Android. I saved that 3 years ago apparently. Wow. What does that even do? No idea. Delete that. Excellent. Right, go back to simple. Let's click start. Right, so that's telling me that Appium's doing something. Get the raw logs. Start an inspector session. Let's do that. So, right, desired capabilities. So I'm guessing I need to set what I want to be happening. So, yeah, there we go. So let's find Android in this document. Android only. So I'm guessing that I can probably just maybe take these ones and say I want that device name. So, device name, save capabilities attached to Android emulator. Maybe, yeah. Okay, probably need to set the app and set that value that I've got here, which I hope will install the APK. Cool. What else have we got? Oh, probably should stop that somehow. Ah, too many screens. Let's stop that. And then we'll take this over to Appium. So the reason I'm trying to move out of code is oh, that would have been... Oh, okay, they're really old ones. Oh, wow, you can tell I've not used this for a while. So I think that's fine. I don't know how it knows I want Android, though, but I'm assuming it's just going to guess. Let's find out. Error. Of course there's an error. You must include a platform name. Well, that makes sense. So, platform name... I'm going to go with Android. Oh, progress. I love it sometimes you just think, like, I've not told it I want Android. It's clearly not going to work. And then it did something. So I don't know if that must be this. It is this. Oh, and it installed the app again. Nice. So, hey, there we go. Yeah, right, I remember this now. This is exactly what I remember. So, now I have Appium Desktop running, I believe I can start doing some stuff, such as I want to know like a locator for this, so I can see that that's been given some good names, and I know Vim is the guy who created this app. He says he's made this quite automation friendly, and I also believe you can record. I don't know what that's going to do, but fingers crossed it does something that will help me. So I want this, so I can see that that's text username, so I'm going to take that. And it's been a while since I've written any Appium, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. But let's assume that it's kind of still roughly the same. So I'm going to find element by accessibility ID, and I've copied that from there. And then I want to send some keys. And Vim told me that the usernames are at the bottom. So a standard underscore user. Cool. So that hopefully should do something. I'm not going to start it because I think I'll end up with Appium server issues because of this starting. So I'm going to try and go ahead and finish it basically and see if it will run before I shut everything down. So let's try this one. And then it was, I think, something source, secret source. Excellent, so that's that, and then I need obviously to actually click the button. So I need this next. Interesting, so the button... Oh, okay, right, well, that's fun. So I managed to get the button. Ah, right, so I can get the text, and I also am able to get just the button. Interesting. So I'll go for the button, seeing as there's a massive ID on that, which is probably a hint from the person who wrote the app. So we'll go for that. We'll take this. Oops. Try putting that in here, and then obviously I don't want to send keys. I'll try and do a click. Okay. So let's actually do that in here and see if we get the result we wanted. So I saw something actions somewhere here. So I want to send keys to that, and I want to send standard user. Failed. Invalid element state. Could not be completed because the element is in an invalid state. Attempting to click a disabled element. Interesting. Is that because I scrolled it off the screen maybe? So let's have a refresh there. And let's try that again. Okay, so I think it's because I scrolled it off the screen, which is interesting. Don't really have time to dig into that, but a fun observation that I'm guessing because it's gone off the screen, it's no longer in display. So if I wanted it, I probably would have had to bring it back into view, which is beyond my pay grade right now, so I'm not gonna go for that. Secret source, let's try sending keys to that. Oh, I don't like how it remembers the old password, that's a bit annoying. Cool, and now let's do the actual tap. Hey, right, so in theory that works. However, the actual challenge that we have, I believe, says we have to assert that you are logged in. So I need to grab something, I guess, that I can use to prove that I am indeed logged in. And I think it's a bit one of the things we teach is about a good assertion. So we talk about an oracle. And the idea behind oracles is how you know there's a problem here. So what is a good oracle for this to prove that you are logged in? So obviously things that weren't there before that are there now is fairly common. So if I just log out, oh, there's a bit of a lag there. Did that type? There we go. Yeah, so most of it isn't there. So I think I might just go for one of these add a cart buttons for now, which is not, I know it's a bit weak, but it's not there before and it is there now, so I'm gonna go for that. And I've seemed to have got myself in some sort of weird scroll problem. There we go. So if I think I refresh this, and then I will grab, see if it will give me something useful maybe for this button here. Right, so there's nothing friendly about this. That's XPath, XPath, XPath. Does the header have anything? No. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to go for an XPath, which makes me feel a little bit icky, but we'll give it a go. So yeah, back into the Java, and I'm going to assume I can just do stuff like Selenium. So WebDriver wait, driver, time, no. Hey, it's been a while since I've written any Java. Let's try this again. Let's just import that while we're here. Yeah. So what's bothering me is I've lost my IntelliSense and I can't remember the format, but I'm gonna go for this because I think it's right. Not quite. Oh, you fool. Driver. So imagine actually thinking about this. I now remember something about weights. So I'm just gonna Google this. Like, what's I can see here that there's this. Get the timing of each element to locate which one is fastest and most efficient. So let's have a look there in a second. I wonder what that does. 196 milliseconds. So I can see that now I've got my little recorder at the top, which is nice. Right, so no, doesn't look like there's much support in waiting or helping me with my weights. So let's have a look at this. Let's see if the word wait's on the page. Nope. Examples. So I'm sure the syntax is the same. Oops. Let's have a quick look at what people have been up to before. It's easiest than me trying to just guess and hack. Yeah, so it is what I thought it was, but I'm not sure. That's obviously quite old. Now let's have a look at some actual documents. No, we don't want that. We don't want implicit weights. We would rather have some explicit weights. What if we search in here? Explicit. Oops. Nothing. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Yeah, I just don't know why I doubted myself. I should have just plowed on. Okay, so let's do that. I think the expected conditions, I'm pretty sure that's been being deprecated if it isn't had been deprecated already. But let's see if it works for now anyway. So we will do XPath, which is what we said. Let's pop over back in here. Take this and put that in here. I don't believe I need. I think I do need that bit. End my line. Oh, sorry. End my line. Too many brackets. I don't really want the element, so. Well, actually, let's do our assert on the element. So we'll do assert. It's true. Oh, it's so confusing, right? In Java, then right in So right, they got rid of assert that, don't they? Yeah. So let's have a quick recap because there was an awesome JUnit 5 things that I can't remember anymore. I absolutely love Googling stuff. People think people remember everything and remember bugger all. Absolutely bugger all. Especially when you switch languages. So like I don't write in Java day to day anymore. So it's like I said, it's pretty much Ruby for me and CSS at the moment. So we will do elements. So let's find something about that element that might be useful to us. So in here I can see we've got a bit of information about it. Checkable. So displayed is true. I know that's a bit of a weak assertion, but yeah, I don't want that. I want element. Can't type. Visible, where is visible? Presence of element. Cool. So then we'll do element dot visible displayed. Sorry. True. Bring in the right method. Oh no, don't do that. I don't think that is right, but I don't mind for now. I'll clean it up in a second. So yeah, I think that's good. So I'm gonna close this, and then I'm gonna stop my session. Oh, it seems to have already stopped. Maybe. Oh, here we go. How do I stop this? Stop server. Cool. So I'm gonna try and run this. I'm not confident it will work, but why not give it a whirl? See what happens. Let's see if anyone's tuning in. Too many windows. Yeah, I've got a feeling this wait won't work very well, but let's see. I have some confidence. Oh, look at that! It's failed immediately. So let's scroll down and see if we can work out why. So, an element could not be located on the page using the given parameters. So, the accessibility ID value is test-username. Right, so I believed that's what it was. So, let's go back into here then. And start again. I hope it remembered my previous information. Of course it didn't, because I didn't save it. God damn. Nightmare. Right, we should have saved it. This is depressing. Let's put that back in. We also had device name, Android emulator. What else did we have? Oh, the wait for activity. Oops. Okay, save as source Android. Original platform, platform name. If anyone wants to know what I'm listening to, like I said, no idea if you lot can hear it or not. I turned it quite down. I'm listening to the Ministry of Testing Testers Island Disc playlist on Spotify. All the songs that have been on the podcast are in a playlist that Neil maintains. So that's what I'm tuning into. Right, so let's work out what I did wrong. So it says accessibility ID test-username. So what's actually happening? So that starts, and then it goes straight into accessibility ID, which is correct. Test username, which is correct. Interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the mobile app, because I know Vim, I know there's some examples on this app that Vim has in the test projects, but I believe they're in WebDriver IO or something. Let's have a look. Let's see what he does. So he waits for, he's obviously got some stuff going on there. So he's got some method somewhere called sign in. So let's go and have a look at that. Where does he store such files? Probably in his source. No, maybe screens. There we go. Oof, lots of weird JavaScript malarkey that I don't really understand. Not a clue what any of this means. That's the actual app, I think. Yeah, that's the actual app. That's why I don't understand that. Let's go back into here. Oh, screen objects. That looks promising. Yeah. Ah, this looks more like it. Okay, so he's getting them all from some file somewhere called... Where's he putting them all? Driver.selectors.login.screen. Driver.selectors. Interesting setup, Vim. Where would they live? What's in here? So that's his data. Expect to drive. Ooh. Oh, no idea what I've done. Just gonna shut the door 1 sec. Skip that. That's a bit too heavy for me. That. Okay, so I just need to find where he's put, where his driver lives. If anyone's watching and has suggestions, just comment on the wherever it is you can comment and help me out. there's some there. What's a function though? I wish people would put readmes on their test projects. Just to explain what's going on in each folder. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not a WebDriver IO person. I can guess that this selectors, but I have no idea where this is coming from. He seems to use it a lot. It's capital, which makes me think it's a constant, but I don't know where he keeps them. You would expect helpers to make sense, and this says, but this is just full of passwords. There's no locators in here. What about his base? Let's have a look. Ah, here we go. No, maybe? No. Oh well, I'll try and fix my own problem. I was going to try and copy some of Vim's scenarios, but clearly that ain't going to help me. Right, so let's go back to this. So it told me it couldn't find the ID. The app is in the right state. I know that's the accessibility ID. So why can't it find it? Let's run it again and watch it and see if we can spot anything out the ordinary. Oh no, the comment seems to be broken. Oh, you might have all been helping me the whole long and I can't see them. Oh, that's sad. Why has it all gone weird? Oh, there we go. No, there just isn't any comments. No worries. Right, so again, right, it failed. Let's actually... Right, let's just do some ultra hacky. Let's hold on to it and see if it's a weight issue, which is my initial hunch. Right, so I noticed it was white for a little second then. So let's just put this over here. So let's just resume. Okay, so it was a weight. It's always weights. Just trust myself that it's always weights. Right, so I need a weight to make sure that I'm on the home page. It's obviously going to fail for some other reason, but it's probably this. It's not finding that for some reason because I've probably typed it wrong. Yeah, I've not escaped that properly. I can see it's... Oh no. Oh no, it passed. Oh my days. Look at that. It's green. Excellent. Alright, but I still got a problem with my weight. So let's copy this. Again, this is feels wrong. Like, because I'm sure there must be better commands. Like, there must be... Like, does it have an activity name? I know activities are quite popular. Oh, that didn't pass. That failed immediately. Just get rid of that. Right, let's just put the weight in and see what happens. Let's change that to... Get rid of all this. Oh, my mouse is lagging. There we go. Okay, so it's picking up. That's the wrong... It's the wrong buy, isn't it? Because that's not the mobile buy. I thought they'd got rid of that though. This, oh god, this feels so uncomfortable because I feel like I know this and obviously I don't. And it feels odd. I don't want to wait that long. Wait for login screen. Username. People don't like this, but I'm a fan of it. It helps make sense to me. Let's just leave that one as it is. Yeah, I know they're not used. It's fine. Okay, right. I'm gonna try that. See what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Let's see. Right, so I've got an Appium server stuck somewhere. Oh, it's probably this one, isn't it? Stop that. I saved that. I definitely saved it. Best still be there later. The server is waiting for all connections to close. Good. Right, let's try again then. Perhaps my celebrations were premature. Probably not as confident as I should have been. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Right. Okay, it's waiting. No, okay, so we never got out of our wait. Right, I need more research about weights. So I need something that tells me the best way to wait for Appium. So I'm gonna go... my mouse is really unhappy with me. Right, so let's... Yeah, the joys of automating. You've got mini tabs. Well, that one's 2 years old. This one's a bit newer. Let's try that second one. Scroll down, scroll down. Oh, of course, Jonathan Lips. He's got loads of knowledge on this space. really seen anything appealing there. Ah, see this app state. So static weights. We don't want static weights. We don't want necessarily implicit weights. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Why is... So he's using the same weight repeatedly. Let's try this. Oops. Let's change. Oh, so that's the same anyway. Where's he defining login screen? He's not showed us where he's defined login screen. I'm just gonna do that. Let's see if that gets us any closer. It looks exactly the same, but tricky one this. I think it's just, again, it's getting your brain back into this, like the logic of wait action, wait action, wait action. But I do think there's something I'm not quite doing right, because like that find element by accessibility. So, you know, it's telling me it can't find it. But yet when you breakpoint it, I believed it worked, but then perhaps that was an illusion because it never actually stopped. It didn't actually start, did it? So let's debug it. I think I may have tricked myself into thinking that it worked when it didn't. So it's moved on usually at that point. We didn't even get that far. Why? What were you even trying to do? An element? I didn't even ask you to do it. Perhaps I didn't debug it. No, I don't think I debugged it. Ah, come on, Richard. Hey, Penny. How you doing? I am having a fight with Appium trying to solve these automation challenges. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, right, now we have a genuine wait. The fields are there. Let's try a step over. Right, so it does work. And it will probably finish now. But now it's going to time out on my wait. So, oh no, it didn't. Okay. So what's wrong with this? Is it simply not long enough? Can't be. Was it this mobile buy that's potentially wrong? Doesn't seem like it should be the case. Let's try again, fingers crossed. Hello Ben, I am getting further. I'm struggling with the docs, like I can't find anything simple enough to read that. Like I know how close it is to Selenium and that, but my weights just aren't working, like that's gonna fail. And I don't really understand why. It's clearly there. It's got to be the mobile buy. It has to be. So this one works. This one doesn't. So it's making me think that yeah, there's definitely something that I'm not doing that you would do if you were more experienced with Appium. Like mixing up these buys between the two feels odd. Oops. Tell you what, some people listen to terrible music on this Testers Island podcast. Right, let's see if this gets us any further. So it is, I'm just purely struggling on this initial weight. And I think it's, I know the element is, I just can't write the weight correctly for some reason. No, it's going to fail again. Oh, come on, Richard. Okay, so this will say the same. Oops. I know a lot of you can't read this, but yeah, by ID. So ID is clearly nonsense. So let's get rid of that. Put that back. If I breakpoint it, it works. I've not got any stupid typos or anything. No. Accessibility ID. Expected condition. Wait for. No, it's pretty much right. Like you don't want to do it, but thinking I just want to move on to the next challenge and hack it, but I'm gonna have the same issue with weights that I'm not solving. And like I said, I'm copying this. I wonder if does he actually share. Yeah, let's have a look at this full code. Here we go. Alright, so he's declaring them at the top. And he is using the mobile buy. Alright, well that makes fucking no sense. So sorry, I shouldn't swear. So that... Right, I'm going to try it their way anyway. Well, not their way, but... So let's go get rid of this. It's cleaner code anyway. Let's change this to this. Which I believe is fine. I'm gonna write the whole thing like what's his name has done, Jonathan. So we're gonna take the whole of this. Again, it looks so ugly and not the kind of thing you want to do. But, you know, needs must. I'm not an Appium guru. And then we are sending keys to this one. So that's not login screen, that is username field. Right, so before I refactor the rest, let's put that like that. Let's get rid of that. Present of element located, located, seems happy. This weight now has got a different name, but I'm just gonna call it 1 just to get it out of my face for a minute. Okay, let's run this. Oh, put the thing on. You can, Mark. You can play in Testers Island this podcast in the background. Well, not the podcast, but the playlist. Because I can't work in silence. It drives me insane. So there has to be some noise. It still isn't doing it. I don't understand. Do you have to like switch activity or something like this wait activity here? Do you have to switch? Yeah, some success, Mark. It works if I breakpoint it. Like I just can't get my initial weight to work, and I've literally no idea why. I've copied several examples of what people seem to do for this, but it just never passes. So like, you know, for example, if I just undo all this and just get rid of this shite, it clearly doesn't work. Yeah, I've tried a longer weight, Ben. I had it a lot higher before, but I can see it's already there, so it doesn't make sense to me. Now it fails after the weight. It tells you it's counting. So you see now it's like breakpoint, and it's just sat there. And if I play it till the end now, it will work, as you can see. So I just can't solve that initial state, and it's definitely not the time. Like, I'll happily be proven wrong though, Ben. Like, let's have 20 seconds of patient crying while we wait for it to do something. So that is correct. Well, and let's put that in debug as well, just for the sake of it. Let's put that over there. Is the background noise too much, Mark? Is it too loud, or Ben, or anyone? I just like I can't sit in silence. So it helps if you compile your code properly. I've got 2 weights again now. Let's go back to my hacky hack. Debug that. Imagine it's illegal to stream Spotify as well, but what can you do about it? Right, so let's see. So you can see here, Ben, I don't know if you can see, but it's just stuck in its loop of waiting now. And we can see that it's already there. It's just never going to get out of it. It's asking for it's getting a 404, and it's just going to keep sitting there. Looping around. And again, it's just saying no element can be found on this page given accessibility ID, even though it's clearly on the page. So yeah, not really sure what I can do about it. I'm probably just gonna ignore it and ignore it and declare myself having got a little bit further. Yeah, I thought it was unusual, Mark. I thought, it'd be a little different. Play around a little bit. I'm waiting for it because if you don't wait for it, it fails, and it fails because it can't. It's not there initially. So if you run it now, and if you watch the app, there's like a grey screen for a while, and it's that it fails on. So I'm trying to add the weight because it fails without it. So look now. Oh, you see it failed. So because there's that grey loading screen for a while, it fails immediately. Of course, I could probably increase my implicit weight, but that feels a bit ugly. But maybe if it solves my issue, it could be it would be a successful story, I guess. Let's see if that actually makes any difference. So let's leave that as that, and let's see if the ugly implicit weight helps me. Oh, explicit weights are lovely. Implicit weights are horrible. I love explicit weights. Let's see if the implicit one actually gets us past the screen. Yeah, so that helped. It's something weird about my weight, but then the second one's fine, so I don't really understand. The second weight is doing the exact same thing. It makes no sense. It just obviously doesn't think. Like, what if I change it? What if I, again, change it to an actual XPath? I don't know the XPath though, so... Yeah. I'm going to leave that one. It's green right now. I know it's not happy with it. I'm going to move on. I'm going to try and do the second challenge. Well, I've got, I don't know, 12 minutes. Right, so I'm going to declare that as challenge 1 done, even though it's not as pretty as I would like it to be. But that's kind of the point of these challenges, is to see how far you can get. Right, so I'm going to copy this. Actually, I'm going to copy most of this because I need to log in and I don't have time to extract it all the way. So that's going to get me logged in, and then I'm going to wait for that to be true. So now I need to carry on for challenge 2. But I need to now start my Appium server again, because this is what's going to help me get my locators. So I did save it this time. God, I can't believe it deleted it. That was shocking. An unknown error, you must include... Oh, I saved it before I fixed my own typo. Okay. So if I go back... No worries, mate, cheers, Ben. So if I go back to the challenges, or back to the actual challenge, I've got so many tabs open, I might just have to go for a quick kill all. Kill all the tabs, kill them all. Def to tabs. Go back to the club. I think it was, I just can't remember the actual product that I want people to add into your basket. So it is the Source Labs onesie. Okay. So the app is open again. I'm using Appium desktop again now. I'm going to put the recorder on, because that will help me a little bit. I'm going to refresh my screen because it's not there. See, that's the same issue, Ben. I know you've gone, Ben, but the way this loads gives me the same problem. I'm going to ask Vim, like, what should I be waiting for think there might be a different activity that I can switch to, but I don't know what that activity is, and I'm not entirely sure how I would find out what that activity is. So let's, oops, too much, does not like the magic mouse. Standard user, secret source. Cool. So I'm logged into the app, and the challenge says that I now need to add the Source Labs onesie to my basket. So obviously that's not in view. So this is going to be interesting because I don't know enough about how Appium will deal with this. I don't know if it will swipe it into view for me, or it will tell me that it's not there. But let's try and find out anyway. So refresh this, and hopefully that will get me. That music's terrible. Right, so I need this button, basically, the add to cart, but I need to obviously also know that it is the Source Labs onesie. I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be able to do that by the fact that it is number 3. So I can see that it says add to cart, and it's getting the third one, which in XPath terms is the... Oh. Okay, it's the third one in that column. So if we double check my logic with this one, okay, that's number 4. Oh, so it's, oh wow, okay, so what, sorry, my realization is that XPath is contextual to what's in view. So that means, right, okay, so that means Appium won't scroll it into view for me. So I'm going to have to... So I'm going to have to scroll it into view. And then I think I can click the text actually. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So I can click the picture as well. So is there any friendlier locators for any of this? No. What about the whole column? No. Interesting. Okay, so let's get back on this button, because I'm pretty sure I actually say click the add to cart. Yeah, using the buttons. So I need to click that button, but that button isn't into view. So I need to get Source Labs onesie into view somehow. Because I reckon if I take this and I scroll this out of view, like so. There used to be a thing where you could send a command. Yeah, search for element, there we go. So if I put that in, I couldn't find any elements. Yeah, because, oh, okay, well that's a good thing. So what about just a little bit, well, it's not in view now. Oh, it's the same thing. Aha, so now there is one because there's a little bit of it in view. Okay, so maybe my XPath logic was complete nonsense. Let's try again. Oh, but it's not using... Oh, I don't know if that uses... Does it use the previous loaded view, or does it do it on demand? Ah, no, it's picking it's picking the t-shirt. Okay, so I don't know if you can all see that it's highlighting this one, which is for the t-shirt, not for the Source Labs, because that is the third one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. So I do need to scroll into view. How the hell am I going to scroll into view? Right, I'm gonna have a quick look at Wim's logic for WebDriver IO. That's not the right project, Richard. Source Swag Labs GitHub. Right. I know I tried reading these before and I failed miserably, but hey ho, let's oops. No. Let's try and see what he does. So is there checkout, cart content, menu, spec, menu, no, not menu. Swag item spec. Here we go. Okay, so user should be able to add a swag item to the cart. Get cart amount. Cart is not correct. So add swag item to cart. Oh wow, I completely forgot you can click on GitHub now and it will do magic for you. Ah, look, scroll element into view. This .add button, max scrolls 4. Swipe direction up. What does that even mean? So we're... I don't know if you can read this, sorry. So that, to me, makes me think that it's going to scroll 4 times from this. So it wants the add button, but it wants the 4th one, is it? This is a little delay. Oh, the items is add to cart, sad face. Okay, well let's just copy this. Right, so we need to do a scroll to element in Java. So let's scroll to element. Okay, Appium scroll, here we go, Java. Right, so of course it uses the actions class, that makes sense to me in Java. So I can see that we have the element, but I don't know what element that wants though. I can only assume, is it the starting point? Like, where does it tell me what these values actually are? X and Y. Oh, so this is... Okay. Well, I don't want to scroll then, do I? I want to scroll to an element. I don't want to just scroll. I want to actually use scroll to or scroll to exact. Those got deprecated. Oh, so you can scroll to text. Can you scroll to text? Perfecto. Oh no, these are all problems I had a long time ago. Right, so that looks massively complicated for a simple scroll. Yeah. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna give up and deal with this tomorrow. I'm not confident enough right now and I'm a bit tired. Not even sure how to Google or search in the right places, so I'm gonna park it there. I think Appium is still seems to be a lot harder than I anticipated it was. Let's just have a quick actual look of what you can do. Come here. So is there a scroll? Configure set scroll, acknowledge timeout. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's all to do with the actions. Yeah, these ones. What do you want? Yeah, here we go. So scroll web element. So the element you want to scroll on, and then where to, or just simply scroll, or you could just flick. So you'd have to write something that's like scroll up and might hope that you landed on an element. I can only assume that's what you would do. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Maybe find some more time over the weekend to try again. But yeah, I can't decipher that right now, and I'm too tired. All right. Hope you enjoyed watching me battle with some Appium stuff. If any of you can help, join the activities on the club. Challenge yourself to do it, and maybe share it at Automation at Test.Bash next Thursday. All right, bye everyone.